G'day. See, because it's like an Australian hat. Yeah, yeah. What's going on? It is Sunday night, 9:39 in the PM. What is it, September 14th, 2014. Yeah, just kind of a weekend recap, I guess. Didn't really do a whole lot. Kind of slow, relaxing weekend. I kind of liked it, actually. This hat's a little snug. Either my head got bigger or the thing shrunk a little bit. But probably actually shrunk. It is getting kind of dry feeling. But maybe I should spray it with some leather conditioner. I wonder if that would do anything. Anyway, I digress. It is a leather hat. But so I'll get the videos up before you see this. But we watched the Ace. You've already seen that. I've got a few comments on that. Who was it? Car Cam Clips. You did comment that it does. You think it looks better dirty than clean? Well, I think we're going to fix that this coming weekend. I agree. It's definitely a lot more fun to get it dirty, but there's something satisfactory about taking a nice, pristine, beautiful, clean, shiny, whatever, truck, quad, motorbike, whatever, and then just going and messing it all up. I love it. Getting mud all over that nice clean stuff. Just, I did this. Yeah, it's my mess. And then cleaning it off later on. But yeah, we're probably going to do that this coming weekend. Looks like it's supposed to be another beautiful weekend coming up, although it's supposed to rain later this week. So, might get the dust under control up there. That might be a little bit of a godsend there. Because it was awfully dusty last time. And I think we're going to have more rigs coming this time. But, there we go, I'll zoom you in a little bit. Hey, yeah. Feels better. That looks better. Watching on the little screen on the new fancy camera. But, yeah, go riding again. Looking forward to that. Go flood Kevin's website. I guess you're over there. Cameras over, computers over there. Tell him to get his lazy butt out there. I don't think he's taken his out since that one trip we both did. So, I don't even think he's really even had it out of his shed since the 4th of July. So just go over to Kevin92Exchange, just flood him with comments and emails. Tell him to get out and ride the damn thing. That's what he bought it for, right? I've had mine out on the trail more than he's had his out. I'm up to 13.5 hours on mine now. About halfway to its first oil change, so at the rate I'm going, it'll be in the next year, but let's see, I did check the oil and all the little filters. I do need to get some grease for it. I need to jump online or find the book around here somewhere. I just saw that. It's probably in the desk. I don't think I've got it in the machine. Maybe I put it in the machine. But yeah, I've got to dig that up. But I think it takes 2 different kinds of grease if I remember right. So I'll go buy a couple of guns and get a couple of tubes, so I've got them here. I do have a jug of oil. Yes, I'm talking to the camera. Yeah, I know. The food's out there. You're good to go. You probably see the bottom of her food bowl. Yeah, you won't be on camera? I'm going to reach over and pitch and you're going to run away. Oh, I'm not going to run away. Now you're on camera. What do you think of that, huh? No, no, no. YouTube superstar. Oh, huh? Alrighty. Picking on the putty cats. Sit down. Take a load off. Huh? Where are you going? Just slipping off my pants here. What? Hey, did I rough you up? Look at that. Hairy cat. You're not too sure about this hat I'm wearing, are you? Alright, bye. But, yeah, check the oil. I do have a jug of oil. I need to get a filter for it. Fram makes the filters for Polaris. I'll probably just order a couple of those. I was looking at the Wix filters, but they're still just a paper filament, just like the Frams are. They're the only other company that makes a filter for this thing right now, so I'll probably just pick up some of the Polaris filters. Get a couple of them, have them on hand. The filter, the air filter was a little dirty. Not bad, but it was dirty. I did shake it out and blow the excess crud off of it. But I know I said I wasn't going to, but I measured it out and found a universal K&N for it, and I ordered it. So maybe it'll be here this week. See if that does anything for letting that thing breathe a little bit more. I also ordered the pre-filter, the little very, very fine mesh screen that goes over it. I've got one on the car, on the Cruise. Although the Cruise doesn't run in dusty conditions, but I don't know, may put it on for the weekend, may just let it ride till this filter gets plugged up. But I mean, too many more dusty days like we did not this weekend, but last weekend. It's going to fill up that filter real fast. But no, that's on order direct from K&N, so I went just a hair shorter and slightly bigger diameter, but it's the same overall shape. It's a canister style air, and then open all the way around the ends, and it goes into a little air box, so it's a little bit more protected. But yeah, so we got that thing all cleaned up, put back in the shed. It's all resting up comfortably. Got to put some gas in it for the next ride too. Then speaking of the Chevy Cruise, you'll have seen this video by now too. I've got 2 of them coming up. I did the exhaust on it this weekend. Let me tell you, that was difficult on a brand new car, or crawling under there with a hacksaw and chopping off a brand new tailpipe. But it's done. I've kept the old one. It'll sit in the shed on the off chance that I wind up having to put it back on if the dealership screams or whatever. Find somebody that can weld it back together for me. But I did ask them when I bought the car, how strict are you guys on just a couple of after? I'm not going to race it, but I did the K&N, I wanted the exhaust, and they says, we'd probably be okay with that. So for warranty and whatnot, because it's not being raced. And, well, I'm curious to see if it'll give me any extra mileage. I didn't notice anything putting the K&N on, but I put that on. I don't think the car had 500 miles, which I should have waited on that, but I didn't. One nice thing, so probably my biggest complaint on this car, 2, and it's not the car, it's me. Number 1 is the throttle pedal is so light, there is no feedback on that throttle. It's an electronic throttle. I'm used to driving throttle body injected and carbureted Chevy trucks, which have a heavy, heavy throttle return spring. I mean, there's a lot of force there. So my throttle foot's got some muscle to it. Fords, Dodges, I've driven Toyotas, I've driven Kias. They're all light, but not as bad as this Cruise. This thing is just feather light. So one of my biggest complaints is you touch the throttle, and I don't drive by the tach. I should, but I don't. I drive by ear, but you can't hear that car run. It's so quiet. When it's pulling, you can start to hear the turbo wind up, and you can kind of hear the air rushing through the intake a little bit. Before that, you can hardly even hear the thing with the windows up. Even down, it's hard to hear. So it's kind of nice having an exhaust note now that I can hear. I can tell when I'm on the throttle a little bit, and I'm actually on that second video on the GoPro footage. I'm driving it a lot smoother already. And that was actually the second time I did that video. The first time I bought a new case for the GoPro. This is their, what do they call this? Their standard case for the H3. But I went around with the waterproof door on the back. And I got home, downloaded the footage on the computer, and it was so rattly and vibrant, and just sounded like garbage. You couldn't hear the car. So I went and did it again with the open door. So that's where the good sound comes from. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with the old case. It's just, is it going to focus? Is it going to show, which one is it? That one right there. See how she's, I had to drill it out. I had to place this lens, and I stripped one of the screws. Actually, that one's stripped. One of these 2 over here is now stripped too. So good luck getting that back out. So that'll be my backup case for now. So I ordered the new one. It's also only got 4 screws on the inside to hold that thing in, but hold that lens in. And I bought extra lenses for it as well already. I think I've got 1 extra for the old case too, but Yeah, I got that filmed. That was so like I said, I can hear the car run now. I'm so used to driving these old, wore-out, leaky, noisy trucks, Jeep, the Cadillac. I mean, and they're all automatics too. But I mean, I've had that thing about at end of January. So that's what, 8 months now? Just say 8 months. And every once in a while, I find myself bogging the thing down. Put it in first gear, ease the clutch out. I think I'm on the throttle, but I'm not. And then you got to roll into it a little bit. And every once in a while, shifting, usually upshifting. I don't quite have enough throttle into it yet. So, I wasn't doing that with that new exhaust. I could hear the motor now. So, I'm curious to see, like I said, what it's going to do for gas mileage. But other than that, that's really about it. I was going to mow the grass today and kind of put that off. Kind of needs it, but I might do that tomorrow before work. I was going to wash the car. It's just dusty. It's not really dirty. It's just got fine layer dust all over it. But it's going to rain later this week, so that'll take care of that. And I really didn't want to get all the washing stuff and the soap and everything back out. And I do need to blast the Jeep and the truck with the pressure washer. But maybe next Saturday I'll work on that, because hopefully Sunday's the ride, if it's not too wet. But haven't sold the Jeep or the Cadillac yet. Had a call on both this week. Nobody showed again for the weekend. So, more Craigslist flakes, but reminds me I gotta repost those, get them up again. Yeah, I had one guy who was wanting the Jeep. Says, I want to come out and look at that. I think I want it. I think I want to buy it. It's all right. Come on out. Price is totally negotiable. Throw me a number. It's not set in stone. Never saw him. Never heard from him. I haven't tried getting a hold of him either, but once is enough. So I'll just repost it. Somebody will show up eventually and snag it. But yeah, other than that, that was about it. Yacked with some of the neighbors a little bit, got caught up on the neighborhood gossip, and, you know, back to work on Monday. I got my old boss, my new boss, which was my old boss. So we had a boss for about a week, then he went out for back surgery. He's got a reputation for being a real asshole. Got him back on Monday, last Monday. It's been great to work with. He can be a jerk, but you tell him how things are, you don't BS him, and he's been great to work with. So I think him and I will get along just fine. I think him and the whole crew will get along just fine. So we were a little concerned, and then got to thinking too, with his back problems, maybe he was in so much pain. That's kind of why he was being such an a-hole. But no, you just tell him what you need, tell him how it is. He's good with that. He's from New York. I think he grew up in New York City, so he's kind of got that gruff attitude a little bit. Big city kind of attitude, but nah, he seems to be alright. Our fears are a little, not really justified there, but gotten a couple sets of movie tickets out of the guy. I mean, and never even asked for them, he just handed them out. You guys are doing great. Killing jobs. So, yeah, back to work on Monday. Line move tomorrow. Big barbecue plan. Don't know what they're gonna cook. Of course, I didn't go to the grocery store. Probably hit something on the way into work tomorrow to contribute. Or I may just eat my apple and sit in the sidelines and watch everybody else chow down on all the good greasy barbecue stuff, because I really don't have a stomach for some of that stuff anymore. And yeah, that's about it. We'll catch you all in the next one. If anything comes up throughout the week, I'll make a video. I might try to do one of the driving little vlog things again. I haven't done one of those for a while. I know some of you liked those, some of you didn't, but really not a whole lot to show other than some of the construction update. They've used to have 3 exits in our parking lot. Then they started building the buildings, so we were down to 2 exits. Then they closed one last week, so now we're down to 1 exit in that parking lot. So it takes about a half hour, 45 minutes for my shift to clear out, going through all the little, one-on-one. So I might just start staying an extra half hour and just work. Yeah, clean up or whatever. Just start clocking an extra half hour. just to let the parking lot clear out. Because Friday night, it was almost 45 minutes I was waiting in the parking lot. And it takes me 15 minutes from end of shift to go out to the car. Well, not quite that, about 7 minutes. But yeah, it was about 45-minute wait after I got to the car to get out, because just people. So, yeah, probably won't change anytime soon, but I'm waiting for them to close that last exit. I could see them doing that. Now, how do we get out? Oh, guess you just have to stay at work for longer. So, anyway, we've tried this once before. Let's do it again. I'll catch y'all later. Be good. See you next time. Bye-bye.